Namaste. I am Suresh Medgar, Assistant Professor, Department of English, Government First Grade College, Bhatkal. Today I would like to discuss a topic called punctuation marks in English, which is part of BSc third semester syllabus prescribed by Karnataka University, Dharwad. So, why punctuation matter? Punctuation matters because it clarifies the meaning in writing. It helps avoid confusions or misinterpretation. And it also adds tone and emotion to writing. For example, let's eat grandma. After let's eat, we have put a comma. If we remove that comma, let's eat grandma becomes a man who says let's eat grandma is a cannibal, means they are eating grandma herself. That is why we need to use punctuation marks to give clear meaning to avoid misinterpretations and confusions. Okay, let's see what are those punctuation marks generally we use in any language. The first one is full stop or period. Full stop or period is used to end a declarative sentence or a statement. For example, I live in New York, full point. She enjoys painting, full stop. And we also use this full stop in abbreviations like doctor, Mr., etc. Then move to next punctuation mark, that is comma. Comma is used to separate items in a list. For example, I packed a tent, flashlight, a map, and a water bottle. Means items means they may be names, they may be ideas or things. So to separate the items in a list, we use comma. Then we use comma after introductory words or phrases. For example, after the movie, we went out for ice cream. So next use is to separate independent clauses with conjunctions. We use comma to separate two independent clauses which are joined by conjunctions. For example, she wanted to stay, comma, but she had to leave. We have used comma to give a small pause after first independent clause. And also we use this comma to separate non or to give non-essential information or extra information. Example, my brother who lives in London is visiting next week. Who lives in London is an extra information or non-essential information in this sentence. My brother is visiting next week is a sentence. We have given who lives in London an extra information about my brother. So to give that extra information, we use comma. Next punctuation mark is question mark. Question mark is used at the end of direct question. Example, what time is it? Are you coming to the party? And it is important to note that we should not use question mark in indirect questions. For example, she asked if I was coming to the party. It is an indirect question, so we should not use question mark here. The next punctuation mark is exclamation mark. Exclamation mark is used to express strong emotions, surprise, or urgency. For example, oh, that was amazing. Stop. Another example is I can't believe you did that. So in such situations, to express strong emotions, a surprise or urgency, we use exclamation mark or exclamatory mark. Next punctuation mark is colon. Colon is used to introduce a list. To separate a list, we use comma. To introduce a list, we use colon. You need to bring, for example, see, you need to bring colon, a pen, notebook, and calculator. And colon is also used to introduce an explanation or example. For example, he had one goal, colon, success. Then we also use this colon before quotations in formal language. For example, the teacher said, practice makes man perfect, or practice makes perfect. So the teacher said, colon, practice makes perfect. It is a quotations. It is a quotation which is said by teacher. So after teacher, we have used colon. The next one is semicolon. Semicolon is used to connect two independent but related clauses. Example, I have a big test tomorrow. Semicolon, I can't go out tonight. So here two independent clauses are separated by semicolon, and that gives a small pause between two independent clauses which are related. Then we also use semicolon to separate complex list or items in a complex list. For example, I have lived in Paris, France, semicolon, Berlin, Germany, semicolon, and Tokyo, Japan. Means already commas are there to separate these items in complex list. We have used this semicolon. Next punctuation marks is apostrophe. Apostrophe is used in possessions. Example, John's bike, the dog's bone. And it is also used in contractions or shortened words. It is shortened to its, do not is shortened to don't. Next, we use in plural possessions also, possessions in any possessions or plural possessions. Example, the teacher's lunch. The next quotation mark is, or punctuation mark is quotation mark. Quotation marks are used to enclose direct speech or quotations. For example, he said, I am on my way. Success, she said, is a journey. There is a note. Periods and commas go inside quotation marks in American English. In British English, except in some situations, these periods or quotation marks in periods or commas are kept outside the quotation marks in British English, except in certain situations. But in American English, they are put in inside the quotation marks. Next punctuation mark is hyphen. Hyphen is used to join compound words or adjectives. Example, a well-known artist, my mother-in-law. It is used in this numbers or words, numbers in words, 21. Next one is dash. There are two kinds of dash, M dash and N dash. M dash is a line along a bit as a symbol a little bit bigger than N dash. N dash is a little bit bigger than hyphen. So uses of M dash, add a dramatic force or extra information. It is used to add a dramatic force or extra information, and used in place of commas, brackets, or colons for emphasis. For example, she was thinking of one thing, revenge. I need three things, copy, sleep, and silence. And then next, see N dash. N dash is smaller than M dash and bigger than hyphen. It is used mainly to indicate ranges, connections, and contracts. For example, the years 1990 to 2000 saw rapid growth. Mumbai Pune Expressway, the teacher student, Next punctuation mark is parenthesis. Parenthesis is used to give or add extra or non-essential information. As we have seen in comma, it is also used to give extra or non-essential information or to add extra or non-essential information in a sentence. For example, the Eiffel Tower in parenthesis, located in Paris, is a famous landmark. Next one is he finally arrived in parenthesis after getting lost. Used to enclose abbreviations also, for example, WHO, World Health Organizations. Then next punctuation mark is ellipsis. Ellipsis is used to indicate an omission or trailing thought. For example, I don't know. Ellipsis is maybe we should leave. Another example is he started to explain but changed his mind. Next one is means there are some other marks. I would like to give brief overview of those marks. Slash is nothing but an alternative or choice. For example, please press yes or no. Or means alternative s slash n. Brackets. Brackets are different from parentheses. These brackets are used in editorial comments or corrections. For example, he, the president, made the announcement. Means to give extra information in quotation mark, we use these brackets. Another mark is asterisk. Asterisk for footnotes. This is used for footnotes. For example, this is an important point. See note below. Finally, I would like to say that each punctuation mark has a specific role, and proper punctuation improves clarity and professionalism in writing. And we need to practice writing with punctuation for mastery. Then only we can write effectively. Thank you.